Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to another Multi-Tool Monday. Today I have the Henstrong 18-in-1 multi-tool. Yes, Henstrong. They are strong like hens. No, that doesn't even make any sense. Anyway, here's you may remember Henstrong from my previous review of this, which is actually not bad at all for a budget multi-tool. I'll put the link to that previous review in the text description box. Now that is their 9-in-1 multi-tool. This is their 18-in-1, and I think this is a new model because I haven't seen this model before since when I found it last month on Amazon. All right, now the current price on this is around $20. Right, and that price is subject to change, but I will put a link to both of these, the Amazon links, in the text description box. This is the belt pouch that the Henstrong comes with. It's got that belt loop there, a snap closure on the overflap, and it is fairly thick and pretty good quality belt pouch. Alright, let's go through what are the tools on this. It has one-handed opening, and all the longer tools can all be opened with the handles closed. Alright, it's got a combo edge blade, and these all have liner locks as well. And over here we have a screwdriver, bottle opener, can opener, wrench cutouts, and they say this is a wire stripper. And here we have a file. It also has ruler markings. And what is the last tool? It is a wood saw. We're going to be testing that out as well. Now this also has a glass breaker, and it has a bit driver socket right there. The bits are stored right here, and there is a release, right? So you just press that. Now there's actually a magnet. There's a magnet in there which will hold your bit. It will hold the bit in. So those are the bits. You get 2 bits, so 4 different screwdrivers. Now the last thing this has, opened with a nail nick, is a rescue type hook, a cutting hook. And here are the pliers. They are not spring-loaded. They have the cutting portion, close gripping and wide gripping portion. Now one thing you should know about the longer tools on this, the pivots actually come really tight. Right, this is unadjusted. Now I don't know if you can tell by how I opened that, but the pivot is tight. There's some resistance. You're definitely not going to flip it open in one motion of the thumb. However, you can adjust those pivots. You are going to need 2 Torx drivers because, that pivot is kind of connected to that one, so you have to hold that one steady when you're adjusting this one and vice versa. So you'll need 2 Torx drivers, but you can loosen the pivots or tighten them. I would loosen them a bit. So I went ahead and I did adjust the pivot on the knife, right? Because that's the one you're going to use most, if it's replacing a folding knife. Anyway. Alright, so that's, I don't know if you can tell the difference between, this is unadjusted. This is after adjustment. See that? Much easier. It still locks up though. Right, so I would recommend adjusting the pivots to your preference. Alright, let's try this screwdriver out on the good old Kershaw Camp 12. Now that's double-sided, so I actually have to basically hold the back part there. This is very exciting. It's like riveting. Alright, so there you see. Yeah, it unscrewed it. Alright, so there's that screwdriver. Alright, let's try the wire cutter portion of the pliers. Hold on. Can you see that? Try to do this through the friggin' viewfinder. Well, it's doing pretty good. Yeah, the wire cutter seems to work pretty well. It will definitely cut it in one motion. Alright, so what kind of edge do they give you with this? Let us see. The plain edge portion, of course. Wow. That's pretty surprising for a $20 multi-tool. You know, I don't like a combo edge anyway, and since they give you a good plain edge, they should just go ahead and make this whole thing plain edge, and they'd be good. Alright, while we're here, let's go ahead and test this hook first on some paracord. Alright, let's just try one solid pull. It did it? Yeah. A little tough there, but... Alright, let's try this out on this old junk sheath that I definitely don't need anymore. It's 2 layers of nylon, and then there's like a fake leather backing. Wow. That's not bad at all. Yeah, I mean this thing could cut... Well, this thing could cut some straps. Yeah, did it shred that? Well, it shred all those layers. Alright, so here's 2 grooves that I cut with the saw in just a few seconds. Those 2 grooves. I wonder if we can make like a little notch with the if the blade will be good enough to cut out a little notch between those 2 grooves. Let us see. I think it can. There we go. Alright, so there you go. I cut those 2 grooves with the saw, and then I used the blade to complete the notch. It's a little bit rounded, but there's some use for those. Okay, I'm going to smash the glass breaker into ye olde cinder block there and see what kind of marks it makes, or if it survives. Made a few little dents in the cinder block, but I mean it didn't like come out or deform or anything. Okay, I need a piece of metal to test out the file on, so maybe I can just pull a nail out of that old pallet with the pliers. Alright, so you see that? You see that part right there that I filed? Now I could file each side of this. You know, a file can basically put a tip on any scrap of metal. Okay, final thoughts on this Henstrong 18-in-1 multi-tool. This was surprisingly good quality and good design work for something that's only $20. That could go up or down. I'll include the link, but this is surprisingly good for $20, right? First of all, I like that all the longer tools are one-handed opening, and I like that they can all be accessed with the plier handles closed, you know, just like on a wave or a surge. The plain edge portion of the blade was very sharp, surprising for a cheap multi-tool. I'm not crazy about the combo edge, but they did the plain edge part right. Also, that blade shape is good for a multi-tool because it's meant for draw cutting and a little bit of slicing. That makes sense. The file and the wood saw, those are alright. For the wood saw, I prefer my Victorinox saws they work a little better, but that's perfectly usable in a pinch. I would give the saw like a B. Now that long combo tool, that's a good idea because instead of giving you two little opener tools, they combined both opener tools in one longer one, right? And they also managed to put in those wire stripping notches and the wrench cutouts. That's a good idea. I prefer the one longer tool that you can open one-handed. Now, if they had given you two smaller tools, they would have given you two screwdrivers, right? That has one screwdriver, but it doesn't matter because that has a bit driver with 4 more screwdrivers counting the double-ended bits. The glass breaker at the end of one of the plier handles, that's a great idea. I don't know why more multi-tool designs don't stick one of those right there. I mean, it doesn't really cost you much except it adds a tiny bit to the length, but that's useful not just for rescue, but well, it has some self-defense applications as well. The bit driver is a nice way to give you 4 more screwdrivers. Now, I wish the bits were more just like standard sized, but whatever. I mean, you know, for this price, getting 5 screwdrivers of different sizes is a good thing. And as we showed, that cutting hook, like the rescue hook, cutting hook, it performed fairly well. I would give that thing maybe a B. It's pretty good. As for the pliers themselves, you know, they're multi-tool pliers. They're meant for like light to moderate use. And the wire cutters worked fine. And overall, the tool felt very sturdy. All the liner locks locked up correctly. Nothing was loose. As I said, the pivots were a little tight, so if anything, you want to loosen up those pivots slightly. But yeah, the tolerances, everything was good. Mechanically, this thing was solid. It's also just has a beefy, solid feel to it. It's not flimsy at all. So my final conclusion, this thing is surprisingly good for the price. I gotta say, I like this way better than like many other multi-tools that I've reviewed that are around the same price range. Henstrong seems to make some good stuff. If you remember the review of this, you can check out the review if you don't, but this one was pretty good for the price too. So far, both Henstrongs I've tried have been worth it. So yes, I do recommend this as a budget option. I mean, it would be hard to find something that's $20 that would be as good as this. Alright, so yeah, this is a great budget option. Recommended. Check out the Amazon links. They do help keep Multi-Tool Monday rolling. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.